Tasmania show, yeah.
Wagwan gang, back in this thing, and if you really gang, bang that like button, and if you like the vibe, subscribe. If you don't got good energy, keep your ass inside. You're tuned into the Tasmania show with Taz Tikoon, brought to you by Tazzy's Baddies. Y'all know we good in every hood. Show some love, check out the merch, check out the music. Today, we're not here for another versus battle. We're here for a mental health battle. Mental illness is real. Unfortunately, Rihanna's house was shot up in Beverly Hills. There's a girl named Ivana Ortiz. They have her in custody. First and foremost, Rihanna's okay. A$AP Rocky's okay. The children are okay. But they were in the house at the time of the shooting, and I was just hoping that this was just fake news. It's really scary outside, man. The times that we're in are really ridiculous. And, you know, I always tell people, you know where to go to the gym. You know where to go to work out your body, but where do you go to work out your mind? Mental health is real. I've lost 5 friends to suicide. That's a whole nother story. You know, people having stalkers and people having people that are following them. I've had those experiences with people following me in just uncomfortable situations. But never would I have imagined somebody would have shot up Rihanna's house, especially with their kids inside. But we're going to take a look at this clip so that y'all can see what's been going on.
Woman is in custody after firing multiple shots at the California home of pop star Rihanna while she was inside. Lori Perez reports from the Beverly Crest neighborhood of Los Angeles.
We are down the street from Rihanna's house here in Beverly Crest, just north of Beverly Hills. You can see an officer stationed here, yellow tape closing the street off to through traffic. LAPD tells us they arrested a person earlier today for firing multiple shots at the house. This happened just after 1 today Pacific time. We can see multiple bullet holes in the fence outside the home. The LA Times is reporting the pop star was inside at the time. It is unclear if her partner, the rapper A$AP Rocky, or their 3 children were also there. Police say no one was hurt. Radio traffic from LAPD's dispatch said the suspect took off in a white Tesla. We're told officers responding to reports of shots fired located the suspect with a weapon a short time later and made the arrest. Detectives remain outside the home as we speak. We, of course, are still working on finding out more about that suspect and what.
I ain't gonna hold y'all. Y'all said that in the clip you could hear that they said that they didn't know if they were in the house. It has been confirmed that A$AP Rocky and the kids and Rihanna, they were all in the house, but none of them were actually hurt. It's unfortunate, man, because when you are a celebrity, you know, a celebrity is a person that's being celebrated, and people don't really know, understand privacy. And unfortunately, I'm not gonna say when you sign up to be a celebrity, you decide to not have a private life. But that's a part of what comes with the territory. You know, there's TMZ tours of people going through neighborhoods, and people can ride around and be like, oh, that's Rihanna's house, or oh, that's such and such's house. And then you see certain pictures, and I've heard people say that Rihanna was a person that when TMZ would come by, she would come out, she would wave. I think we've seen photos on the internet of A$AP Rocky and the kids outside, and it's just been a lot for them as a couple. You know, even you know, A$AP Rocky with his album "Don't Be Dumb." You know, the song Order of Protection, you know, I really like the song. When you go back and you look at it from when A$AP Rocky got locked up in Sweden or Switzerland, wherever it was, and Trump, you know, got him back, and then his whole case with A$AP Relly on, you know, him beating that case and that situation, and Rihanna's father passing away. It's been a lot, especially with them as a celebrity couple. It's just a lot going on, and, you know, I'm always praying for people's safety. You know, but when you think about like people in the media, like people like Selena, you know, being killed by a fan, you know, John Lennon. It's like you can't ever underestimate people, and you have to move in a very militant kind of way. Like I said, I've had some personal experiences with people following me, and, you know, it's Call of Duty over here. You feel what I'm saying? And playing no games. And, you know, we have the right to bear arms, and I'm not saying that anybody got to, you know, be outside trying to be violent and everything, but you know, to protect yourself and to protect your family. And the last thing that you would think, you know, bullets ain't got no name. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. You know, they don't, you know. So when you get 10 shots fired into your crib, it's like, thank God that nobody was hit, you know. And it's just, like I said, it's really unfortunate that happened. And like I said, mental health is extremely real. And I think that, you know, I just want to get into a clip where y'all can really see, like, what type of person this girl was.
What is it? A ray of force at me to push me down. I don't want you, and you don't go there. And you know what? God's judgment is going to be overwhelming against you when he grabs you and throws you down. I've already seen it. You saw Rihanna. You saw her picture. She has a very big forehead and an ugly, ugly nose. That's God's judgment on her. I keep telling her to stop harassing me. To stop harassing me. And she keeps doing it. She keeps harassing me. And I already bought stock in Ulta. And I have staked in Ulta. So now those energies can't harass me when I go into Ulta anymore. When I go into Ulta, the devil tries to antagonize me or instigate against me by the pictures that are there. But you know what? I bought steak in there and I said, you know what, forget you. This is mine too. This is mine too. You're not going to be throwing bad energy at me when I'm coming to the store. So I went and I bought stock. And then when I went in there, I saw Rihanna. She looked so bad. That's the judgment of God. And I thank God for that. So just the way God did that judgment, the same energy, the same devil that is trying to be around me and make my area.
I ain't gonna hold y'all. It made me feel very uncomfortable just hearing that and looking at that. Like, you buying stock in Ulta and talking about Rihanna's forehead and that's God's judgment. I don't get it. There must really be something mentally off. She's got some screws loose. She ain't got no noodles in her packet. Like, I don't know. And sometimes you realize that people are really having a mental conversation with themselves. Like I said, I've had some experiences when I'm like, who said that? Like, who's thinking about you? And yeah, not too much on you, shorty. I don't think Rihanna, I can honestly think, I'm not even gonna say I don't think, I know Rihanna ain't out here targeting you with Ulta and stocks. And you bought stock. I don't get it. But I think that's the whole point of mental health, is that you don't get it. And, you know, sometimes it's not like a bruise or a cast. Like if you break something, right? Like you go to the doctor, when your brain is broken or something's off with your brain, there's not really a way for you to see it. Some people will just dismiss it as crazy. I'm not giving her no passes. I'm glad that they got her locked up, because that's scary to just think about. That's how you really feel. You're having this conversation in your head and you think that you should be the one to go over there and take her life. Like, I'm just thinking to myself, you know, in Beverly Hills, Beverly Crest, like people riding down the street, but it's just like, dang, with an AR style rifle, like that's OD. And she's from Florida. You know what I'm saying? She came up from Florida to do this, you know? And so, like I said, these are just some of her social media posts, you know, that she posts where people are investigating, and you can kind of see like the premeditatedness for attempted murder. So we're going to check out another clip of the chick Ivana talking about Rihanna.
You die, God is taking me to my future. You want to kill me. Shut the up, okay? Shut the up. Yeah, she's a witch. She's a witch. I'm a watchman. She's a witch. Get that stupid girl out of here. Okay? They can't do this. They can't do this. That's why you got Rihanna over there all jealous. Because how am I? Because her faith is the devil. Rihanna's faith is the devil. Okay? I don't like her. And she's always trying to steal from me. And she has not ever put out any music to reach people. She only did her little music thing so that she can do witchcraft. And so that she can steal from people. So everybody, please, don't listen to her. Don't follow her. Don't give that girl any air, space, or time. Because she's stealing from you. Okay? She's stealing from you. So you guys need to wake up. And don't give that girl any attention. They want to come over here and steal my thoughts. That's Satan. He just wants to kill something beautiful. Just like his Rihanna. They just want to kill something beautiful. So even though the devil and Rihanna are very loud, God and Jesus Christ are doing something, and myself. Look at the devil. He doesn't want it to be me. He doesn't want me to be a Christian woman of God. Because that's what it is. That's why I'm indifferent to Rihanna. I'm indifferent to a lot of your girls.
It just makes me feel so uncomfortable. Thank God that they got her in custody. She's facing attempted murder with a crazy bond on her head. And I don't know what they plan on doing with her. But, you know, thank God again, Rihanna, A$AP Rocky, and their kids are safe, and that no one got hurt. it's like, you know, new levels, new devils. And the higher that you ascend, misery loves company, and everybody's not happy for you. You have to practice a lot of discernment and be cognizant about who you're sharing things with, who you, like, you know, I can't even say that it's not like public information that they know where she lives. You know, being a public figure comes with a lot, and it's like, who would have thought in broad daylight that somebody would have just shot the house up? I can only imagine the fear of being in that space. You know, it's very confusing to me. Like I said, I'm very happy that the family is okay. And I have this clip of them saying that, you know, Rihanna and her team was able to escape, you know, shortly after the whole incident happened. And we're going to take a look at that now.
Team surrounding her. Rihanna made her escape from Beverly Hills just hours after this woman allegedly shot up her home with an AR-15 style weapon.
Shooting just occurred, 10 gunshots fired from the vehicle.
TMZ with the new video of Rihanna's motorcade leaving her 90210 neighborhood.
One second.
A caravan of cars with blacked out windows heading down the street. Then Riri and her entourage spotted around 3:30 yesterday at the Van Nuys, California airport, getting ready to board this private jet.
I believe the shots came from across the street.
The accused shooter, Ivana Ortiz, seen here on Facebook, is still locked up behind bars, held on a $10 million plus bail after being booked for attempted murder. Today, a source tells people the incident was terrifying for Rihanna. She doesn't understand why someone would target her family.
Bullets ain't got no name. Like I said, man, it's unfortunate. Prayers up to Rihanna, ASAP Rocky, RZA, Riot, and Rocky, the kids. You know, definitely prayers up, man. It's a lot of evil, dark spirits out there. I'm glad that her and her family was able to escape. And I pray that wherever they relocate next, I know that it's heavy armed security and what's going on right now. Like I said, you know, people are trying to live their lives, and you have people talking about witches and watchmen. You know, typically I'm like, you know, I do care, you know, about, well, I don't care about people's opinions, but I do care about what y'all think about mental health, you know, with this girl. I'm glad that she's locked up and she's behind bars and she's had these incidents with the law before. This isn't her first time dealing with people, but they need to keep her locked up, like taped up, hands cuffed, like all of that. Like, don't play no games. Like I said, man, I hate the energy like for this episode, but we really had to talk about some real stuff, you know what I'm saying? But if you really bang that like button, and if you like the vibe, subscribe. If you crazy as hell, please stay your ass inside. Not even joking. You're tuned into the Tasmania Show with Taz Tikoon. Let's go.
Tikoon running up the score, Tazzy's baddies on the floor. And that ass is super fatty, call me Zaddy, throw some more. Super nasty, she a savage, slaughter fucker like a whore. Popping bottles, foreign models, Tikoon on the world tour. Shorty, what you bad for? Turn this to a hit-a-thon, damn. All your bitches bad, tell them they can come along.